I'm James.
And I'm Emily.
And we show you our actual weight loss journey with the keto lifestyle.
Make sure you hit that like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But most importantly, don't forget to get ready.
Set!
Keto.
Alright, this is part 2. Part 2.
Part 2.
It's the middle of a 3-part series.
Yep.
Beginning keto. Would you like to do the recap from last week in case they haven't watched it?
So in case you have not watched part 1, we're going to go ahead and recap what we talked about on the last video. And that was total carbs, 30 or less. Eat until you're full. Make sure you're full when you're eating.
Because if you're not full, you're going to snack 2 hours later, and that's going to mess everything up.
And the third was have an eating window. Whatever works best for you, depending on your schedule.
I like 8
Make sure
hours.
you have some kind of an eating window that you're eating in between.
I like an 8-hour window, and I don't like to eat 3 hours before bed.
Right. And we did touch base a little bit on electrolytes and fats. So we promised you that would be one of the topics in this video.
Mm-hmm.
So James, you can go ahead and start.
All right, it's January 3rd. If you started keto as a New Year's resolution, you're on day 3.
Right.
Which you might already start to feel a little sluggish.
A little
sluggish. Feel a little bad. A little keto flu setting in.
Yeah. Tired.
This is the point. So we started keto a couple times before it stuck.
A few little stints.
Yes, it never worked because we didn't know what to do. We just knew eat low carb. That's all we knew.
Right. Low carb. And just to be clear, keto flu varies from person to person.
It does.
I had very minimal in the past. James had it pretty rough to the point where
I quit.
he quit. So
I call Emily. I quit. This ain't going to work. I feel awful.
Right. And it's hard. It's really hard to do it on your own. So, of course, I would cave and I would quit too.
Okay, first off, if you found us before you found Dr. Berry, please go find Dr. Berry.
Yes.
Ken D. Berry, MD.
Yes.
Dr. Ken Berry. If you do keto, you're going to find him.
Yeah.
You need to find him because we are not doctors, nurses, or health anything.
No.
This is not medical advice. This is us giving our story.
Yes.
And basically trying to help.
Right.
All right, so I started, and the problem I had in the beginning is that I would try to mix everything that I've known my whole life. You want to go on a diet, you're going to eat tuna, you're going to eat chicken, and you're going to eat some veggies.
Lean meats and veggies.
Yes. The problem with that is that your body lives on carbohydrate. Your body's uses energy of carbohydrates or fat.
Right.
It does not use protein like that. So I was trying to mix diets. I was trying to mix keto with a standard diet that people say exercise and eat lean.
And low calorie.
Yes. High carb, low calorie stuff.
Right.
But I didn't have carbs. So I was having no carbs and I was trying to eat chicken and things that did not have much fat. And I felt miserable. Miserable. It hurt to even move sometimes. I felt sick.
Mm-hmm.
So, which brings me to number 1, fat. Fat is your energy.
Yes. That is your friend.
Yes. Do not be afraid of fat. As a matter of fact, if you start to feel sluggish on keto, it's probably going to be low fat. Or maybe you're just not eating enough.
Yeah.
But fat, sometimes adding fat in there, that gives you well, first off, it holds you over to your next meal.
Fat holds you over to your next meal. Protein fills you up.
Yes. Second off, it gives you the energy to keep going because that is your body's fuel now.
Mm-hmm.
And without it, you feel bad.
Right.
If you're not having carbs and you're not having fat, your body has no energy at all, which is going to definitely prolong the keto flu.
Talking about fat and protein, there's something else that really helps affect your mood as well.
My mood?
Your mood?
Electrolytes. And, okay, so on keto, when you're not eating carbohydrates
Or processed foods.
carbohydrates.
Mm-hmm.
Carbohydrates, exactly that. They make your body hold water.
Yeah, they
And
hydrate.
on keto, you're not having that. So your body in the first week or two will really dump a lot of water weight.
Mm-hmm.
And with all that dump goes out all your electrolytes.
Yes.
So your electrolytes are going to be sodium, potassium, and magnesium are what we consider electrolytes.
Yep.
And not a doctor still. I'm still not a doctor since we last talked. Definitely recommend electrolyte drops.
Yeah.
There's not many things I'm going to tell you to buy.
No.
Electrolyte drops or electrolyte capsules such as these from Keto Chow.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can buy like magnesium
Supplements.
You can buy the potassium. I use the no salt, but other people use the new salt. It's basically a sodium-free salt.
Right. Or you can make your own electrolytes at home.
Exactly.
I know 2KK and Dr. Berry have recipes on how to do that.
Yep, with the new salt and magnesium drops or whatever. You can use Redmond's
Relight.
We like that. Lately, I've been getting out of doing that because I just find it so easy I really like the Keto Chow drops.
Yeah.
It's just so easy to put a squirt or two, and whatever you're drinking, you can put it on your food because it is salty. Mm-hmm. And then Emily really likes these electrolyte capsules.
So what I do is I use the drops in my coffee every morning. There's some days I forget. So I try to keep these in my purse for days that I forget so I can go ahead and take them because I can tell a huge difference when I'm not getting my electrolytes and they're important to me.
All right, so electrolytes are number 2. Fat is number 1 in this video. In a nutshell, I drink a ton. I always have a drink. I'm always thirsty.
Right.
But what do you think happens the more I drink?
Your body flushes that water out.
Yep, and it flushes all the electrolytes. So I have to constantly replenish my electrolytes.
Right.
Otherwise, you start to feel tired.
Mm-hmm.
The keto flu kind of sets in. You start to feel crampy. Now, I don't know 100%, but in the keto community and from what other people say, if you're having cramps, you're definitely short on electrolytes most of the time.
Right.
Like leg cramps.
Right.
If you're resting when you're having a cramp, that would be a magnesium. You need magnesium.
Right.
And if you're up doing something and cramping, that would be potassium.
Yep. Again, not doctors.
Now, I don't do a whole lot. And yesterday, while working out, I had intense leg cramps while doing squats. So I immediately came up. I got some of the potassium, the no salt, and started licking it out of my hand. And you know what? It helped.
It helps. It doesn't taste the greatest, but it helps.
Takes cramps away right now.
Right.
But anyway, electrolytes are very important, and them are the only thing that you should have to purchase in any way, shape, or form doing keto.
Right. I mean, even if you're making them yourself at home, you still have to purchase the ingredients to do that.
Right.
So,
Number 3.
Number 3, be prepared.
Like
you
what?
know,
like a Boy Scout?
Definitely like a Boy Scout, just like how I keep these electrolytes in my purse so I'm prepared in case I forget to take my electrolytes. There's also other ways of preparing.
Such as,
since we eat this way, our youngest child also eats the whole foods that we eat too. And while I might be able to eat the same thing every day, most days, he does not, and he gets tired of things. So we have to change it up with him. For an example, something I prepared for him is a little bento box.
that's going to be his lunch tomorrow.
Right, and that is just meats, olives, and also crackers that I have made from sharp cheddar cheese.
Oh no, she made chips. She calls them crackers. I call them chips.
Right.
She just baked cheddar cheese in the oven.
Yep, super quick parchment paper. I just took a couple slices of sharp cheddar, put them on parchment paper, baked them for a few minutes, and that's it. So I keep bento boxes in the refrigerator. It's a great option for lunches. And then on the weekends, we try to meal prep. And then when we meal prep, we separate stuff out. And these will be my lunches for this week. And we made a chuck roast. Measured out 8 ounces of chuck roast and put them in containers. And today I had 8 ounces of chuck roast. So
If you're not prepared and you're busy, you got a busy day and you just run out the door not prepared, you're setting yourself up for failure.
another thing we do is we make several keto chows and have them in the refrigerator.
Yep, you've got to be prepared.
Right.
If you're not prepared, you're going to want to stop at the gas station and get something. Now,
There are options at gas stations.
planning to stop at the gas station and get eggs and maybe a beef stick or something.
Or olives or cheese sticks.
That is still a plan. You just got to have a plan. Because if you don't have a plan, you're going to find yourself at KFC. And there ain't nothing good that happens at KFC.
Right. So the whole purpose, as far as for us, we have days where we don't prepare for dinner. We might keep Tyson grilled chicken in the freezer that's pre-cooked, so that way we can just have that or have keto.
Yep, takes 15 minutes, throw in the air fryer, done.
Right.
If we haven't prepared, like tonight.
Right. So just make sure you plan for days that you don't plan.
Plan for success.
Yeah. Be prepared for success.
All right. Number 4 is the most important thing that helped me in my journey, is the absolute most important thing.
And this is something that I really did not anticipate going into this.
Yes, she saw this as a diet. Well, when I kept feeling sick, I knew what was going to come if I didn't learn.
Right.
So I started learning.
His research.
I started looking on YouTube, and I found people. And I started binge watching, and it all made sense. Everything I was doing wrong. And while I was learning, when I found people like Dr. Barry, which I binge watched, and Two Crazy Ketos, which I started binge watching, I found community. Started chatting during the lives and found community. And then we started our own YouTube and found an awesome community of people who's there for you, because you need somebody. You got to have a friend. You can't just do it alone.
Right.
So also, I would suggest diving headfirst into this community. Get support that you need. Any questions you have will be answered, and friendships will definitely be made.
Yeah.
How far you get into the community and the learning, there's no telling how far you can go.
No limit. And it's great because not every one of us are the same, and not every one of us are going to keto the same. But there are so many people out there with really awesome stories and reasons behind why they keto and what works for them. Because what works for you may not work for me, and what works for me may not work for you.
And if you're new and you don't know any of these channels to watch that I'm speaking of, I'm going to put a list of every channel that I watch and can remember down below. That way, if you don't know what to watch, you can go down and you can click on their channels and subscribe to them, and it will help you.
Yeah.
Absolutely will help you.
Right.
So, yeah, don't forget to go down below and give all of these channels a visit.
Check them out.
Tell them we sent you. All right, next time we're going to hit on bad oils.
Yep.
Maybe some ingredients that you should not include in your daily diet.
Or at least try to wean out, maybe.
All right, we will see you next week. But I'm really excited for the 4th video.
What?
The 4th video.
There's a 4th?
Yes, there's a 4th. It's not really beginning. It's going to be products that we use.
Yep.
And I'm excited to show that because we've never did one of them.
We've never done one of them.
Never done one. All right, guys, we will see you Friday night live, 6:30 Eastern, 6:30 Eastern,
5:30 Central.
5:30 Central. See you soon.